Okay, that's fine. Figure we'll let things...
Put people on the air and not tell them.
Yeah, it's good to know. Because I'm just sitting here, finger all the way up my nose. Yeah. Just like, oh, there's a microphone right in front of me. Let me say every horrible thought I've ever had in my life.
Alright.
Mark Conan's an awesome friend.
Mark Conan's always been an awesome friend. Oh, you're doing that, are you?
No, I'm gonna take it off in a second here.
that's the road
It's
you've
gonna
just...
get hot.
You guys are live.
We're live.
Just go when you're on time. If you want to, I gotta step out and go potty. If you start feeding back, just take the volume down on this knob here.
Okay.
Because the moment I step away, feedback will occur.
All right. That's fine.
I'm getting all the hats
Look at that. We're live. This is so weird. It's always weird when I can't see the chat room. I feel like the chat room is my key to know that it's time to begin.
Well, they're probably just saying bad things about us this episode since we can't actually see it.
Wonder when they're going to work in a t-shirt ad.
I still can't believe we did that. The Con Before the Storm was actually streamed, wasn't it? Because Todd was there for that.
Are you ready?
I guess.
Are you ready? Do you have notes?
I don't have any notes, but actually, no, they already tweeted that out. I need to drink something really quick, I guess. So are we still doing the whole, since we're at the con you're hosting, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just got to tell me when you're ready, man. I'm waiting for you.
Well, I think I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, well, because I'm doing the hosting, then I want you to do the intro
Okay, I can do that.
in the most epic fashion possible.
Do you have any idea what number it is off the top of your head? 1 through. It doesn't matter.
You know what? No. Let's do this
I got it,
right.
I got
I'll
it.
find it out.
You know what? I'm gonna grab some water because I have a feeling this is gonna be an issue.
All right, we already lost Ben, so we're off to a great start.
I thought you were pulling up the boobs way low.
No. No. I'm good.
Was it 136?
137.
You gonna say the number or you want me to?
I will say the number.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of do the me then?
Yeah, I'll be you.
Okay.
I'll be you be you, we'll all be you, and this will be the Ben Show.
Okay, and I won't be me.
Okay, good.
All right. So in that case. Hi, I'm Ben Bumhofer, and that's John Jagger, and you are listening to Azeroth Roundtable.
Hey everybody, welcome to the BlizzCon edition of Azeroth Roundtable
2015. Sorry, I said I wouldn't, but I interrupted.
I am your host for BlizzCon-related ceremonies, John Jagger. Joining me, as always, usually in the host seat. Now I get to be in charge. I get to wear the big boy pants. Ben Bumhofer. Ben,
Yes?
I have not seen very much of you this BlizzCon.
Which is actually weird. This is the first time that... No, last year we didn't really see each other. Yes! I got me $2.
We're already making money up here.
All right, 1, 2, 1.
Do I want to know what you did to get that $2?
Let's just say it involved Scott's wife.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable. This is our BlizzCon 2015 show.
Eh?
I am your host, John Jagger. Joining me, as always, is Ben Bumhofer. Ben, we're at BlizzCon.
Yes, yes we are.
Again.
You know, it seems like we were just here last year.
We were.
Oh, that makes sense.
Literally a year ago.
It actually was, wasn't it?
A lot has changed in that year.
Yeah. Yeah, you're wearing a hat now.
I'm wearing a hat. I've evolved to a point where I feel comfortable enough with my head to cover it with a hat and feel good.
That's good.
Another point of interest, last year we opened for the Instance.
And now we're closing the show.
This year we're following it.
So they opened for us.
Sure. That's a good way to look at
Yeah.
it. Let's call it that.
That's how it works.
How's your BlizzCon been?
It's been actually pretty fantastic. I got to see more than I thought that I was going to, but still didn't do nearly as much as I wanted to.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I know that for you were definitely looking forward to Heroes.
Yes, I haven't gotten to do as much as I set out to do, but what I've done has been fantastic. It's been a lot of fun. I've gotten to do things that I've never gotten to do at a BlizzCon before. If people remember back a couple years, you had to deal with a drunken guy biting your nipple. This year I had to deal with a drunken guy who wanted to fight me because I put on Protoss wrist blades.
That was actually pretty fantastic. So, okay, at the Con Before the Storm, we had our BlizzCon swag bags and everything like that. It took us forever to get where we wanted to go because, well, we were in the line for the store. And the 105 minutes that we were promised ended up being much longer than that.
Right.
So, we had our swag bags. We're waiting there, waiting to go on. And, actually, we had already gone on. We were waiting to see what was going on after that. And we had what I would have to say, a very good trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I traded a Protoss Handblade for a blind box figure, right?
Yeah, I mean, the important thing that people need to understand is Blizzard did a brilliant thing. They gave us these inflatable Protoss Handblades. The one oversight is that I love Artanis in a way that is unhealthy most of the time, and I needed two, but I didn't need a blind box figure, so I did the trade, got two blades. That was good.
Yes, very good. You blew one up and then tried to put it on and realized that involves pain.
Right, but look, the important thing we're getting to is it was awesome. But what I didn't know is that if you put two inflatable blades on your arms, you are creating an open invitation to drunk people to challenge you to open Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, which the thing that I thought was actually kind of funny is he said, okay, we're going to have a brawl right here in this room. I'm going to throw chairs. And I was like, oh, hold on. You'd have more room if you went outside, hoping he'd just leave. What actually ever came of that?
Well, what came of that is he got very upset, and then I ignored him for a while, which probably didn't make him any happier. And then he asked me for a hug.
Yeah,
So
I remember that. I gave him a hug, too.
We hugged, and hugging solves all issues, Ben.
Everybody should know that. I
So-
mean, it is one of the best things to do.
It overcomes drunkenness and a desire for a brawl.
Yeah, so next time you find yourself in the middle of a gang war, just start hugging.
Just offer a hug. Universally acceptable. So other than that, it's been pretty normal. Not a lot of weird stuff has happened beyond that, but that was definitely a moment, a stitch in
Definitely.
time. I'm going to share one more moment
Okay.
that has nothing to do with Blizzard, and then we can talk about the stuff that they actually showed. I was walking to the convention.
Today? trying
No,
to paint a picture
yesterday.
here. Okay.
Yesterday. Last night, I see a line of skateboarder kids along the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it's enough skateboarder kids that I know they're going to say something to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you were a skateboarder kid of that age, it is something that you would have done, especially if you had the backup of your friends.
Right, you have friends around you. You know that when you accost this 31-year-old man walking by, that he's not going to do anything.
Of course
He's-
not.
And so it wasn't a question of will these skateboarding kids have something to say to me. It was a question of what will these skateboarding kids have to say to me. And I was genuinely curious.
Okay. So you actually took the time and went.
As I approached them, I thought this should be interesting. And as I passed, I'm waiting. I'm thinking, will it be a direct insult? Will one of them just jump up with their skateboard and beat me over the head with it in a real blatant disregard for human life?
Yeah.
Or somewhere in the middle. And as I pass, this one kid looks at me and he says, I like your shirt. At the time, I was wearing a Beatles shirt.
Yeah. As you are known to do.
Well, not really, because I bought it before we went on vacation. But
I was wondering about that because I've never
Um,
seen you wear it before in my life, actually.
so he says, "I like your shirt." I said, "Thanks," because I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Is what's happening. I'm trying not to walk into a trap at
Yeah.
this point. And he says, "I like the Beatles," and I said, "Good," because he's young.
Yeah.
That's not a guaranteed anymore.
No, definitely not. And even then, he's probably selective of the songs.
Right. So, I like your shirt. I like the Beatles. Then he adds, "I really like your shirt." We're starting to head into an awkward territory.
Well,
We're
how
perhaps-
far are you past them at this point?
I am now about parallel with them by
Okay.
this point. I did not respond to that one. I now have passed the kid. He is now behind me, and very quietly I hear him say, "I like you." And it was in no way what I expected.
No.
And in the moment, it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my life.
Well, I mean, be honest. What you were expecting is someone to pull out like a knife and shank you, right?
I have no joke had a little kid pull out a tiny blade of some kind and come right at me with it. And I don't know what was going on. I think it was like a nail file, but his dad stopped him. And I was like, is this kid trying to murder me in the mall in front of his parents? What has happened? Anyway,
It happened to be, ironically, the shirt you were wearing that day, too.
the important thing is I made an impression. I didn't get accosted.
Good.
We had a good laugh. We laughed together. We grew as a people. And I felt good about my shirt.
Good.
So
Good.
if you're going past a group of skateboarding kids, this is the morales of the story, if I can steal a joke from another show.
Okay.
If you're walking past a group of skateboarding kids, do not assume that they are going to do harm. Perhaps they are going to just pay you a compliment. And
Perhaps.
that's what I learned at BlizzCon.
That's good. You know what? I'm proud of you, John, because the lessons that we learn at BlizzCon are the most important for the rest of the year. Like
Okay.
I learned, don't get your, nipple too close to the teeth of a drunk person. That's a motto I live by.
It's
these
like
days.
M&Ms for drunks.
Yeah, exactly. There's Eminem.
So, okay, let's talk about actual Blizzard stuff
Okay.
for at least a moment.
Well, it's what we do.
What stole the show for you?
Okay. If you remember from our prediction show, I totally went a little overboard with the Overwatch heavy predictions.
Yep.
That opening cinematic for WoW totally stole the show for me. If I remember correctly, I predicted that it wouldn't actually be there. But holy crap, that was fantastic. Mind blown. The quality on that was great. But apparently I'm the only person so far that I've talked to that's had this thought. And I blew your mind. I blew Rose's mind. A couple other people. So at the part where, Varian is, sinking down in the water and he's going to die and everything and all that stuff. I thought Sylvanas is just going to res him as an undead. Because how cool would that be? What would that do to totally, shuffle up the factions? What's going to go on, happen with that? I am still thinking it might happen because, he trusts her and they're totally, buddy.
Chummy.
Yeah, chummy.
Yeah.
Definitely chummy with this. And of course, he just stands up and out of the water and everything like that. But I really think that something like that would just totally throw the entire game out of balance to the point where the story will be really interesting and intriguing. And then, his son's a priest. What's going to happen with that? And there's a lot going on there.
He resurrects undead Varian.
And
And then the
that's
universe collapses in on itself.
into the Nexus.
I like where you're going with this
Okay,
story.
okay.
I like this story.
Yeah.
But,
But,
I don't think you're wrong. I think that cinematic was phenomenal.
Yes, it was great. Just the work and effort that was put in there, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And you think it's going to end with the compass falling and everything, and then it just keeps going.
Yeah.
And then it goes even more. It was just blew me away. I was so excited to see that.
For me, hands down, it's the best cinematic they've done for WoW.
I don't know if it's just because I love Pandaria so much. I still love that one so much. But this one has such a different take on everything that they've ever done that I have to put them in two different categories. But
Right.
still love it. Absolutely.
What else has captured you this BlizzCon?
I got a chance to actually try out the Demon Hunter for a bit.
Okay, give us your review of the Demon Hunter.
Okay, John, I've got 2 words for you. Double
I think, yeah, that was one of them. Say it. Say it.
jump.
Yes! I love that there's a double jump.
Okay, the first ability that you get, because, you start off with abilities, but the first one that you get from questing, you shoot laser beams out of your eyes.
Good. It's a start.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it so far, and of course, Illidan's everywhere, and there's, the Ildari everywhere. I love it.
It's a fantastic way to introduce a class to you, to have this moment of just like, hey, we're going to give you a character. How about a character that shoots freaking laser beams out of their eyes? Also, they're going to defy the laws of physics. When they jump, they're going to jump again.
And what's really cool is when you double jump and you're falling, wings pop out. Yeah, it's awesome. I actually really enjoyed it. Also, just really quick, the customization and everything was really cool. I took just a little bit of time. You have different patterns and colors of tattoos, as well as just the plain green. There's like purple, red, black, stuff like that. So you're not going to look like every other. Well, I mean, okay, you're going to get more variety than just normal. Hey, I'm a blood elf or night elf, I guess. Who would do that?
If you want to go down that road.
Yeah. But I don't know. From what I played so far, it's actually a really intriguing class, and the fact that it only has 2 specs is neat. And I'm definitely going to be making one and playing it for a bit, just at least to get a little bit into it.
Right, because we all know that you've grown extremely tired of the mage. You jumped on the monk bandwagon. You made the right choice. You're playing the right class now.
Yeah, sure.
And you're going to just continue that trend. Get as far away from a mage as humanly possible.
Yep, and then when Legion drops, I'm totally maining my mage.
Nope. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, okay, say so.
All right, so...
Well, okay, what about you? You like the cinematic. I know for a fact that you haven't tried out Legion yet.
I have tried out nothing yet, which is a real big bummer. I will tonight, hopefully.
Yeah.
Which is why if this show seems to suddenly wrap up out of nowhere, it's because I couldn't take it anymore.
Yep.
And I'm running to go demo a bunch of stuff.
Which you do.
Which I do.
Yeah. So, okay, since you haven't tried anything, what else really stood out to you? Because I know that, we couldn't sit next to each other during the opening ceremony, that's new. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
So I don't actually know most of your reactions except for, the rain cloud that you threw at Ro.
So to me, and I'm probably biased, Heroes of the Storm stole the show for me.
Really?
Yes.
Who would have thought?
I know. I was as shocked as anybody. But
is it just because you want to run around and hop around as a cute little centaur?
Okay, look, let's do the checklist. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go down the checklist. Cool werewolf guy.
Okay.
Hoppy dryad lady who's going to probably annoy opponents and therefore I will love.
Considering how much you love playing as Murky, yeah, I can see that.
Great, got it. Pokemon reference in a character introduction.
Which one was that?
Cho'Gall, who when he's introduced says, prepare for trouble and make it double.
I didn't hear that. That is fantastic.
All right.
Okay, I'm sold. That's all I need to know about him.
We're done.
Yeah.
They won. They hit that point and they won. A 6.5 out of 10 reference.
What's that reference?
Okay, for anybody who doesn't know why I'm excited about 6.5 out of 10, back in the day, IGN.com, a gaming website, decided to have their MOBA expert, Dota fan, League of Legends guy review Heroes of the Storm. It makes sense on paper that the guy who likes MOBAs would review the MOBA, except that Blizzard explicitly said, we're making this for everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
So he played it, and in his review, there are many references to other games. He didn't seem to understand the concept of the game, if you read it. He seems confused, And he ultimately gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
That's not what you do for a game like
A
that.
lot of people were upset about I don't care about video game reviews, not a big deal, but it did become an internet meme that I liked. And for them to put in their own cinematic a big banner that says 6.5 out of 10, I thought was fantastic. Made me laugh a lot.
No, totally.
The new Battleground is one of the most amazing looking things I've ever seen.
That's the, scary murder town.
And Tracer.
Yes. Kind of 1 point, but not really for me.
Don't
because
try and
I
get
was
points
an
right
idiot.
now. So this is actually going to be one of the things I really like about this year's BlizzCon is because I'm the judge, I don't remember anything you said. I remember you talked a lot about Overwatch. Mick brought up a lot of good points. Ro talked for an extended period of time. I typically heard the first half, but I think I was thinking about Heroes of the Storm by the second half. And thankfully he's not paying attention to me right now. And so I have no idea what anybody's predictions really were when you get right down to it. So when I get back, I get to listen to that episode again. I get to go through. I get to laugh at you guys.
Yeah.
My own private laugh. At
What does that
all
sound
of your
like?
It's quiet.
Because it's private?
It's quiet because it's private.
So
It's
you can
for
do that
me.
at any
It's a
time.
laugh for me. It's not a laugh for other people.
So you're just like...
Ha.
I hear that a lot when I hang out with you.
I can't wait. It's going to be exciting, and I can't wait to review that. And so that's going to be a highlight. But yeah, okay, let me real quick blow everybody's mind if they haven't heard this already.
Okay.
This might be new information for some people. I don't know, because I also haven't gotten to see as many panels as I would like. Ben, what would you say is the thing I have kept saying I want with rogues?
Swashbuckling, essentially.
So, during a class interview, when they talked about renaming combat rogues into outlaws, they said
I didn't see
outlaw
that.
means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. They said for some people it just means you're a roguish Han Solo type. He then proceeded to say, for some it means you're a pirate. And so if you want to be a pirate, you will just pick the pirate talents. Ben, pirate talents.
Yep.
Multiple talents based around being a pirate.
I think that you're going to be changing your main back to your rogue.
Hold on, you're not smiling enough. Multiple talents based on being a pirate.
So, for example, like what? Like you have a ship?
Or a cup, or a speeder. I don't know. Who knows? The example they gave was Cannonball Barrage.
Oh, so you're just kind of out somewhere, and then cannonballs will
It's
hit.
a really good ship.
Yeah, apparently. You know what? I totally understand it because you love Overwatch. That's
I also
me.
love Overwatch.
Yeah,
Thank you,
but
Ben.
You love Heroes so much that, Blackheart's Bay, cannonballs just randomly striking targets and everything. Imagine you're out questing, you're like, hey, I'm cool, this is neat. Oh, look, there's a mob.
I like to imagine that I'm in Outland.
Okay.
I order a cannon barrage. They have to fire from water through the dark portal, over some hills,
Through the woods.
past the Fell Reaver, past some trees, and hit exactly the target I asked them to do. Because that's what I ask for and demand as a pirate Captain King.
Okay, so that being said, where is your ship? Like you have one place where it's harbored.
It's where I need it, Ben. It's wherever it's needed. It's an all-purpose ship. It follows me around the continents, and it fires on my foes.
It's like, oh, he's on the flight point again. Quick, set sail. Now,
I-
what if there was an actual ship in-game somewhere in the ocean that followed you around?
10 out of 10.
Okay.
Perfect game at that point.
What if you didn't use cannon barrage until it caught up? You have, okay, hold on.
6.5 out of 10.
You have half a continent of distance. So as soon as it's half a continent away, you're good.
7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I demand more of my crew, Ben. You've clearly not been a part of my crew.
Okay, all of you, you're on oars, you're on sails.
They need to
you
keep
have a
up.
speeder boat.
I have one request. Be ready with cannonballs when I need them.
Okay, and so I have to ask, what is another pirate talent?
Have a parrot. Please click this talent to have a parrot.
And then it just sits on your shoulder?
Yes.
Doesn't do anything?
No.
Okay.
It is
I would
just
totally
a
do that.
parrot.
I would do that.
Have a peg leg. Also a talent.
Eye patch?
No, I can already transmog into the iPad.
Okay.
I don't need that.
Fancy hat.
I
One
already
that's not
have a
available in
fancy hat.
transmog.
No, they'll put it in.
Okay. Hook for a hand.
Hook. Is it a hook I can shoot out and grab things?
Pirates generally don't do that, but for this purpose, yes.
It's a talent.
Okay.
No, okay, hold on, because I feel
Wait,
like
is
we
it
might
actually
be
a talent?
confusing people. None of those except the cannon barrage has actually been spoken of as a talent. Before people are like, Blizzard, where was the hook you promised for rogues?
No. What I want to know is someone goes up to someone, in a Blizzard outfit. Why is my talent wasted on a peg leg? Like, what?
Why did you guys talent a parrot? They just stare at them and there's just crickets. Somewhere I'm in the back laughing maniacally. But I'm really excited about that. So that was the big thing they kept saying. So you heard a little bit of this because you were by me for the Legion discussion.
Yeah.
I was not super positive coming out of that particular discussion.
In fact, there's someone who has, I think, a really good story that has to go with that.
There is. We should probably get him up here.
Yeah.
Come up here, Ro.
So
we're going to go into an interesting story, and we need you for it.
Yeah, we've been spending some time with Ro, as one does, because he's Ro. I think your mic is on.
Test it.
I don't think your mic is on. I hit you.
Yeah,
in the face
hit him
with
in the
mic.
face with the microphone. He'll be real
there is
happy
no
to
on
come
button.
back. Ro, you're
turn
going to
it?
be talking into Ben's microphone.
Oh, actually, go sit over there.
Or I could do that too.
So I'll go ahead and set it up while Ro's finding his seat and joining us.
If you turn it on, it works.
No, it's not. Ro, you're going to just use Ben's.
Yeah, you can use mine. So professional.
Okay, so we watched the Legion panel right after the opening ceremonies, and Ro and I had exactly opposite reactions to the announcement about dungeons.
In fact, when we walked away from that, I had the biggest smile on my face, and I looked over at you, and you just had this very stony look. It's the only way I could put it. And I asked you, John, are you okay?
I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
What do you want?
By stoned, he means just slate-faced, not like, dude.
Yeah, not stoned, just stony.
So we ended up talking about it a little bit. Ro, very excited about the dungeon changes. Like a puppy at feeding time.
It's greater rifts in WoW, John.
And he expressed this to me, and being the positive, uplifting, just loving every time someone's excited around me person that I am, my reaction to Ro was, yeah, it's a lot like that Greater Rift system they had in Diablo, that they scrapped because it didn't work right. And that was the first indicator that I was maybe not particularly plussed about this yet. Sold. Let's be clear, not saying they shouldn't do it, saying that maybe I had some concerns.
And another thing we brought up in the conversation, like over lunch after that, was Diablo can get away with a system like that because in Diablo you can choose to play as a group or you can play solo. With the dungeon system in WoW, you can't play solo, so if you are in a situation where you are playing with friends and you are trying to achieve a certain level to get a certain degree of gear and you fail it time and time again, and say one person's low on the DPS, then that can be a real uncomfortable situation when one of your friends is kind of the low man on the totem pole. What do you do?
Right, and that's the question that I'm really... So again, I understand the philosophy and the desire to say, hey, let's make dungeons relevant through an entire expansion, and I'm all for that. But that was the part that was my concern is you're talking about content that requires a group of people to do. So what happens when all of a sudden you have a group of people that you like playing with and one of them you either bring them and you don't progress any higher, or you don't and maybe you get somebody new in and maybe you guys can keep going. To me, that's a scary system because part of the reason I'm so into Heroes right now is, oh, look, there's my friends. I can go and I can play a game. It's a little bit more punishing when you're saying, we're going to cut off your gear level at a certain point if someone's underperforming. And to be clear, Blizzard said everybody will hit their limit eventually.
So I guess my question to you is, what would have to be done differently based on what you've heard? What would have to be done differently about that system to make it more agreeable with you?
I think, oddly enough, copy what Diablo did. Give people access to a wide list that they can select from and say, we're going to tackle this. We're going to do this today. And as they progress and get better, it unlocks additional ones as you go up. That doesn't necessarily solve the fact of, oh, John's DPS is abysmal, we're not going to bring him past this point, but at least if you say, well, John's terrible, but let's bring him, we'll do lower content, and we'll just do it. But then the other hand to that is the reward has to still be good, because nobody's going to do it if it's, well, John sucks, but, we can bump it down a little bit. If that reward isn't good for anybody, nobody's going to want to do it.
Yeah. I actually thought of another possible solution, although it would probably take quite a bit of engineering. Instead, change dungeons altogether and make them scalable scenarios, in other words. In other words, have our instance content be a situation where you could, in theory, solo them. Or you could have 2 people, or 3 or 4 or 5 people. Now, that might be a little tricky for some classes, depending on survivability, healing, that kind of stuff. But that would also provide alternatives for people who are worried about a weak link in a 5-man group.
Right. So it's again a feature that I'm very much interested in. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, especially when you say, okay, well, how do you get this? And the answer is, I don't know, maybe you just go and you do a daily quest, maybe you get one of those keystones. We're not sure yet. There's obviously a lot they're still talking about with it. I hope it ends up being in a good place because I love the philosophy and the idea behind it. They just didn't sell me on the execution of it just yet.
Well, as with everything that Blizzard does, there's going to be a lot of iteration on it. They're going to work on it. Who knows? It might be scrapped until the actual final release of the game. But the best thing about it is that, they're playtesting and everything like that. In the past, Blizzard's learned that, hey, we need to kind of change our philosophy on things, and that's one of the reasons why they're trying this. So in beta and everything like that, we'll see if that's actually going to be, something that does an actual change in the system and help us out in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Ben, we are actually, surprisingly, coming up on time already. Already.
Really? Are you just saying that because you want to play Heroes?
Yes, and also because it's true. So, real quick, let's just go down. What are your top 5 for BlizzCon? That's a completely vague question because I want just you to take whatever you want from it.
Yeah, okay, top 5 from BlizzCon. I have to say that the cute but deadly figures from the store, I got a Sylvanas. Super happy about that.
Material things.
Well, that's one thing.
You can't take it with you, Ben.
Yeah,
you can't take it with you.
I know.
Okay, please
I'm just
continue.
saying, it's pretty cool. All the Overwatch hype, all the new stuff, the 3 new heroes are great. Absolutely love them. I haven't had a chance to try them, so I'm assuming they're great. But from what I've seen on them, I love the design. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool, and definitely something that needs to keep going for them. So more heroes eventually. I'm sure they will. Third thing, the fact that we actually have a release time frame for it and everything. Pricing, everything like that. We know so much more about Overwatch that I'm ready. You know, when I get home, I'm probably going to look into getting the really expensive version because I want the soundtrack more than anything else. So it's one of those things where I'm going to pay the price for it and enjoy it. Definitely. Okay, so fourth thing.
I think you were counting down and now you're counting up, but please continue.
Thank you. I gotta say, I'm really interested in the whole questing design that they've done for WoW for Legion. The idea that, you know, hey, I'm going to this zone right here, and there's 100 other people here. I'm just gonna go somewhere else. I mean, one of the big things about starting any new expansion is the fact that as soon as you start it up, there's everybody else there. You know, I'm trying to camp this spawn. Oh, it just died before I got there because 27 people were attacking it all at once. So that's always a bummer. But the really cool thing is that if that's happening, I just go somewhere else. If it's happening there, I go somewhere else as well. And just that change alone, the fact that I have access to different dungeons sooner, and things like that, it makes me really excited to see how the questing experience goes, especially on different alts, because I can start one alt in this zone, one over here, and I'm not going to be totally burnt out on leveling because I'm doing different content on different characters.
Yeah, I agree.
Last but not least,
Would this be your number one?
yes, it is.
Okay, or your number 5?
It is the fifth
Or
thing.
Who knows?
I didn't actually really order them.
Okay.
But the last thing is that all the new stuff in Heroes has got me super excited to really dig back into that game again. The viral distribution of Cho'Gall is... Okay, when you put it that way, it's gross. But it is actually a crazy smart and creative way for them to release a new character for everybody to try out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a super fun way to handle a hero, a cool way to give people at BlizzCon a nice little bonus, something that they didn't expect.
Exactly.
Nobody thought they were going to catch the Cho'Gall virus while they were at BlizzCon. Maybe some people thought they were going to catch the Cho'Gall virus, but
Well, did you?
When
you already have it.
When I sat down in front of Terpster's microphone, I thought I might catch the Cho'Gall virus, but
Everybody did, really.
but then I moved to this one, and this one is probably virus-free.
I hope so.
So real quick, if I'm going to just go down my top 5 super fast, I'm going to say Heroes of the Storm. I'm more hyped than ever, which I didn't think was possible. Overwatch. I got goosebumps when they said brothers, and that's weird, but I still did, and I got to be honest. Sylvanas in a cutscene, great. Pirate talents.
Yeah.
Pirate talents. I may just keep saying it.
You know, you could count that as just all 5, because there's 5 talents at least.
It's pretty high up on the list. And number 1, I'll go with a sentimental pick. I met a ton of people at BlizzCon this year, and I met a ton of listeners. I had a lot of people come up, stop us, talk to us.
I thought we were going to talk about that at the end and not
Nope,
put that in
you're
our
a
top
dick.
5.
I'm the one bringing it up.
Thanks a lot.
So just getting to meet everybody, getting to hear everybody say, you know, that they like the show, that they appreciate what we do, or John, you're not negative all the time, which was some of the review.
That was Abdul.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
we're actually going to put that somewhere on the site. John, you're not negative
all the time. All the time. That meant a lot. Many listens. Enough.
Yeah.
So it was really cool, and we did get this, you know, previous years, but just this year there were just so many. There were too many to even go through and thank, and it was really cool, and it meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to you,
Definitely.
Ben. All jokes aside.
Being able to just see people who, you know, actually listen to the show is great, but even more so on top of that actually like it, that's great. And seeing everybody here at BlizzCon is always fun and amazing, but when you come up and you have the courage to say, hey, I really like your stuff, it means the world.
Yeah.
It really does. It's indescribable unless you actually have it happen to you.
Ben, let's talk about merchandise.
Merchandise.
And by that, of course, I mean a thing we're giving away.
That's right, free stuff.
Have we decided? All of a sudden, everybody's listening as soon as you say free stuff. All right, we got free stuff, though. Seriously. How are we giving this away,
Do
though?
we still have the World of Warcraft Trivial Pursuit in the room? Shoujo went home? Okay.
All right, Ben, think of trivia.
Okay. Okay.
Quickly think of trivia.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something. John, think of trivia.
No, I'm hosting. I asked you to think of trivia.
Okay.
Okay. How about?
I got it. I got it.
all
Okay.
right, thank you. Please,
Okay.
thank you.
Well, first of all, what are they going to be playing for, John? Actually, Bim, thank you for joining us on the show.
There you go.
You know
I was
what? We should
gonna say,
probably
let's
say-
introduce the person who's giving it away.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I'm Bim, also known as Shield Spec on Twitter. I'm here representing your live chat room that
Yay!
gets together on Friday nights. And I hope I don't doe out, because that would be bad.
Don't doe out.
you can't
Don't
doe out.
Right now
Never doe
you're
out.
you're full bucking. 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 With a B. A
Buh.
buh.
Yes.
Buh.
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 People whose eyes got wide. Don't doe out.
Buh.
You're not going to doe out. You're
Okay,
about to
thanks.
give people free stuff. You don't
Yeah.
doe out when you give free stuff.
That's right.
You might put Erlina to sleep.
Well, damn it.
So,
John, you
Oh,
took
and
my
she's
joke.
the first
Sorry.
person to swear on this
stole
episode.
a joke. Oh yeah, I usually do just so Ben has to edit later. Okay. So
because-
yes, sorry. Please continue.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Erlina was here, she would be falling asleep because the giveaway item is a combination Baneling, Zergling. It's reversible. You can flip it inside out. And I gave it a little nap earlier, so now it's well rested. And yeah, but Erlina, if she were here, she'd be going to sleep. And
So-
she would be passing a hat too later on,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, we'll
get
see
to that
about
later
that.
on.
Ben has confirmed that I'm not eligible to win this.
Yes. However, I have not confirmed that I am not eligible to win
Ben,
this. So
wait,
I'm coming
hold
up
on,
with the
Ben.
question here.
Ben,
Yeah?
you're not eligible to win this.
Oh.
Okay. So
Oh.
question,
Just got told.
please, Ben.
Okay. I really hope someone knows this.
No pressure.
Okay.
Just throw it out there, see what happens.
How do you get to the Caverns of Time the fastest way in Shatrath?
There's a Purple Palace on the left side. There's a portal.
That's in Dalaran. We're talking Shatrath.
You talk to Zephyri, who is in front of the tavern in the lower city.
That is right, Ro.
That's correct,
That's
Ro.
right. For those who didn't hear because he doesn't have a mic, you talk to Zephyri, who is a dragon disguised as a blood elf or a high elf or some sort of elf in the tavern in the lower city.
Does Ro get to win? He was on the show. If
Okay.
I can't win
Okay.
as a person
Okay,
on the
hold
show,
on. Now that,
I don't mind you giving someone else an opportunity.
well,
Ro's
now I have
been
to come
giving
up
away a
with
lot of
another
stuff.
question. So, John, it's your turn now. Actually, I came up with that one. I think that was a good question.
Oh, there's more?
okay.
Well, you know, I am wearing an R2 shirt, so.
I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt as well. Star Wars trivia. Go, Ben.
Okay, what are the odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field?
Yep, that is correct. Ashanka got it.
Good
The,
job,
the
Ashanka.
correct answer is never tell me the odds. Confirmed.
All right.
Bim,
Congrats
thank you.
to Shanka, and I'll see you guys in the chat room.
Thank you very much for coming on and donating that for the show. We really appreciate it. Everybody, give her a hand.
Ask another question.
Oh,
All right.
You
We
know-
have the swag from last year. It is the Murgul that came in the ticket bag.
I feel like we should ask the Murgul question, but that's the answer to the question.
Yeah, it really is. Okay.
Okay, what zone are you asked the Murgul question? There we
Thomas
go.
Isle. Come get your prize.
What's your name?
Adriana.
Adriana.
Thank
Won
you.
a Murgul.
Adriana. Come on. Didn't you hear her right? Don't
I
you know
can't-
her? She's in our guild.
Ben, I can barely hear you, and you're right next to me.
She's in our guild.
Well, that's slightly embarrassing then.
John doesn't raid.
I don't raid though, so that's not gonna get me. She raided
Yeah, that's
with
why I
Ben,
knew her
and he
name.
got it right.
Anyways, congratulations, Adriana, Ashanka, Ro, Bim. Thank you very much for donating those. You guys are fantastic. We have the best listeners out of any show out there. I don't care what any other show says because they all say the same thing.
And also because they all left.
Yes,
Except
they
Bro.
all left.
Oh
no, they're coming back in.
They came back in. They heard. They know.
Shh, go ahead.
Guys, yeah. Guys, Dills and Mick just walked in. Everybody stop saying what you were saying. Guys, they're our friends, okay?
Yeah.
And
Be nice.
we appreciate them, and you guys need to cut it out. Ben, any closing thoughts on BlizzCon?
As always, see you next year.
Wow, that was strangely poignant and also to the point, which might be what poignant means. So, I don't know.
You're the writer. You tell me.
I guess my closing thought is, you know, if accosted by skateboarding punks, wear a Beatles shirt.
Mm-hmm.
If at BlizzCon, wear an Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt, which is available at /loot.com under the podcast section.
John, if I already have an Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt, is there anything else I can do?
You can pick up a official Azeroth Roundtable keychain and necklace from geekasylum.etsy.com. It comes in 2 flavors, Murloc and Diet Murloc.
Is the Diet Murloc the one with the mic?
I don't know. You guys have to work that out.
I know they both
I
have
just
the mic.
draw the pictures. You guys do
You
the
make the
marketing.
pretty stuff.
I just draw. That's going to do it for BlizzCon from us. So for Azeroth Roundtable, until next week when we determine who the new... I tried to say champion and king at the same time.
I'm glad you stopped.
It was going to
No,
just
no,
turn
we're
into
gonna
a
stop.
sound effect, and it was going to be weird and awkward
Cha-ching!
for everybody. We're going to determine the new champion or king, and
It depends on,
it's
when
probably
you're wearing the crown, what you
not
call yourself,
going
really.
to be you. So
know.
tune in next week to
It's never me.
Azeroth Roundtable, and we'll find out who that is. If I was a betting man, I'd say Mick Montgomery knows exactly what he's going to be doing prior to BlizzCon next year. But I don't know. I have to listen to it again.
Yep. So with that, thank you, everybody. Again, you were all great, and goodbye. Wow, you did get me out of there fast.
I told you I would.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go for an hour still.
No.
You just want to play.
I think we covered it. Well, no, because everybody left. Actually, I think they went to dinner.